welcome to Carol's Kitchen. Today we're going to do some really nice diet desserts. Yes, you heard the word diet. These desserts are all pretty well low-cal and definitely low cholesterol. And they're a chocolate lover's delight. Today we have 3 chocolate recipes. The first one we're going to make is diet chocolate cheesecakes. 85 calories a cheesecake. They're wonderful. The second dessert we're going to make is a elegant angel tort cake made with angel food cake and cocoa. And the third one we're going to make is a chocolate chiffon dessert, sort of like a parfait. So let's get started on our diet chocolate cheesecakes, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Okay. Okay, we're going to start our recipe for the diet chocolate cheesecakes. First, we're going to start with our blender. And to the blender, I have added 2 tablespoons of skim milk, very cold. We're going to add 1 packet of Knox gelatin to the skim milk. Then we're going to blenderize for about 30 seconds and let it soften up. So we'll just put this on a low speed and blender it. Okay, you want the gelatin to soften in the skim milk. The next step, and this is very simple, is we have 1/3 cup of skim milk which we have heated to the scald stage. In other words, it is not boiling, but just beginning to form a little bit of a scum on top, and that's when you stop. That's the scald stage. So here we are. We have 1/3 cup of just plain skim milk. There's no fat so far. We add that to the gelatin and the 2 tablespoons of cold milk. Okay. Now we're going to process this until the gelatin dissolves thoroughly in the milk. Put it on a low speed. Okay, simple enough. Okay, now we're going to add, and this is what makes it low cholesterol and low fat as well. Instead of using chocolate, we're using cocoa. Cocoa will give you the chocolate flavor, but without the fat. We have right here, we have 1½ tablespoons of cocoa. We're going to add that right now. Then we're going to add as well 2 tablespoons of plain granulated sugar. So there's 1, and we're going to reserve a tablespoon for later. And there's another tablespoon. Now, no good recipe would be worth its weight without a little vanilla. So we're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is 1 teaspoon, so we're going to go 3/4. There you go. All right. Now we're just going to blenderize the cocoa with the sugar and the skim milk and the vanilla. Now, as you notice, I did go up in the speed on the blender because you want it well blended. And here's our next ingredient, low-fat cottage cheese. Instead of cream cheese, we're using low-fat cottage cheese. Make sure you get 1% cottage cheese. That's really low fat. Okay, here's our cottage cheese. Add that right in there. Now we're going to blenderize this. We have to chill it for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then we're going to beat up an egg white, fold that in. We're going to put it in little muffin cups with some graham crackers on the bottom, ground graham crackers, and you can garnish it with any kind of fruit you like. And this recipe calls for peach slices, which can be fresh or canned. In this case, I bought peach slices in light syrup, which means no added sugars. If strawberries are in season or raspberries, that would be really nice. And this is a quick, easy, and yet appears to be an elegant dessert. So let's blenderize the cottage cheese. Let's take a look and see if this is ready. The mixture should be smooth. Pour that in. Oh, that's very nice. Now, who would ever think that this is cottage cheese in here with cocoa? Now we're going to chill this until it forms nice rounded mounds. Then we're going to add our egg white. So now we'll go on to our next recipe while this is chilling. Thank you. We're back with our second recipe. It's called Chocolate Angel Torte Cake. This cake is made with an angel food cake base to which has been added some cocoa. This is a great recipe for people who are watching their cholesterol because this cake is made totally with egg whites. There is no cholesterol or egg yolk in the product. Now, an angel food cake takes a little doing because it's much more delicate than a regular cake. It increases in volume at least 3 times in your oven so that you should bake it on the bottom rack at 350 degrees for approximately 40 minutes. Now, the cake is a little bit, I'm unhappy with the edges because it did brown a little bit too much on the edges. However, we're going to be making a very nice filling, and this is going to be 4 layers with a strawberry low-cal type of filling. So we can almost disguise that. So just be careful when you are baking the angel food cake with cocoa. Bear in mind that it may cook faster than you would normally think so. All right, so let's start on our filling. And I'm also going to show you how to cut this type of cake. It cannot be cut in a normal motion. It has to be cut with a serrated knife in a sawing motion. Otherwise, you will just tear this type of angel food cake apart. Let's start with our filling. I have 1 cup of skim milk. Now, to the 1 cup of skim milk, we're going to add 2 packages of a low-cal type of whipped cream. Can't use names, but I'm sure you all know what it is. And we're doubling this, so we're using 2 packages. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Very simple. Now we're just going to use our egg beaters and bring up the volume with the egg beaters. This takes a couple of minutes to do. So we might come back after this has been beat up. Our low-cal topping is now completed, and we're going to add some frozen strawberries which have been thawed and blenderized. Blend the two of them together, layer our cake, make 4 different layers, and we'll have a really elegant angel tort cake. This is the topping, which has been made with skim milk and the vanilla. Now we have, over here, we have 1 cup of frozen strawberries. If fresh strawberries are in season, you can use those as well. Just blenderize them till they're an even puree. Okay, and blenderize them on the highest speed. Now we're going to fold the strawberries into the whipped topping mix. Actually, this is a lovely combination of strawberry and chocolate. A lot of people like that combination. We'll fold this together and swirl it and kind of use your spatula and fold in a turning over method. Just keep turning it over. And it becomes like a light pinkish color. This would be excellent with raspberries as well, or blueberries even. Well, I don't know. I hope I like the blue color. I prefer the red color. Okay, we can even leave it like a little bit swirled in areas so it'll make it more interesting. So there's our filling, and here's our cake. And now we just have to put the two together. Now on the angel food cake, I told you they are delicate to work with. Now, like I said, the edges did brown a little bit, so I would cook it a little bit under 40 minutes and watch it carefully. Now we want to cut the cake into 4 fairly even lines. So I think I'll start with this because this looks like it developed a little hat on top. And I have my cutting board, and I'm just going to hold, and hopefully the cutting board will stay in place so that I'm using a sawing motion, and I'm sawing and hopefully not making a mess. Okay. This is layer number 1. And put that into our pan. Now obviously some crumbs have developed. Like I said, this is a little bit messy to start with, but you can cover it up with the whipped cream topping. Then we're going to dollop some of the topping on the first layer, like so. Now, can you believe that each serving has, well, obviously it's not going to be as low as some diet desserts, but for a gourmet diet dessert, it only has 154 calories per serving and has no cholesterol. Okay, there's our first layer. Now we can get, with the rest of this cake, we can really get some nicer looking layers. So the least desirable layer is on the bottom. Now again, you want to saw across. And it's, actually I should have something under here to kind of hold. So what I'm going to do to try to hold down on this is put a towel underneath, because it won't work if it's moving. Much better. There we go.
Okay. Turn it around and look. Try to get the slices even. And remember, saw, don't hack. And we're just going to keep turning it, lifting, checking. There we go. Now we have another layer. And we're going to put that one right on there. Now this is going to build up and look like a real fancy restaurant dessert. And we put some more of the topping mix. And strawberries smell really good. And I think this would be quite a nice birthday cake for someone who's watching their cholesterol or their weight. It certainly is elegant. And we'll proceed and we'll do 2 more layers. So we'll have a 4-layer cake. Then you want to put it in the refrigerator to let it get nice and cold and let the whipped topping stiffen up some more. Now this was made up with, the topping was made up with 2 envelopes of the prepared dry whipped topping mix. Okay. Swirl it around. Don't even need any toothpicks to hold this one together. This one's holding all by itself. Now you might also want to garnish with some fresh strawberry slices on top. And that would be a nice touch at the end. And just let it drizzle over the edges. That's what it's supposed to do. It's a torte. It's not supposed to be perfect looking. And just kind of swirl it. And we'll add some strawberry slices on the top. And wouldn't people think that this is really quite an elegant dessert? Thank you. We'll go on to our next low-cal diet dessert. We're back. We're going to finish our diet chocolate cheesecakes. Remember I said we had to chill the cocoa mixture. Here it is, all chilled. It comes out like a pudding. And this was made with skim milk and the cocoa. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 egg white and we're going to beat this till it forms stiff peaks with our egg beater on high speed. Now when you're beating an egg white, it shouldn't take too long. When it starts to foam, start adding some sugar. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. You can see the egg white has started to foam. Now we're going to start adding slowly 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is what makes the egg whites form stiff peaks. Okay, it's starting to build up already. I can see that. A little more sugar. Well, we're going to finish adding the rest of the sugar. Now we just have to beat this until it's nice and stiff peak. Actually, the cord just fell out. Blooper. Actually, what we're doing is we're making a meringue. A meringue is simply egg whites and sugar. check for doneness. Not quite. You see how when I do this, it still kind of falls over? So let's beat it for about another minute. Little secret. We're going to add the chocolate mixture now and fold into the meringue. Remember, this was just simply cocoa, sugar, low-fat cottage cheese. And I think what you want to do is fold the meringue into the chocolate. We're going to take our meringue. This is a no-bake cheesecake. This is another elegant chocolate dessert that you could serve company and they would really be pleased. Mix that all up. Okay. Fold it over. Get it well mixed. These are only 85 calories per serving. And made with skim milk and low-fat cottage cheese and cocoa rather than chocolate, we truly have a low-fat product. And it's evenly mixed. Resembles sort of like a cooked pudding, but it's not cooked. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to take our little muffin tins. And for this, I chose silver muffin tins because I thought it was more festive. And we're going to put a little bit of cracker crumbs in the bottom of each one. Now, the recipe here says that this will only make 6 cheesecakes, but I have a feeling it's going to make more than 6. Sprinkle some graham cracker crumbs on the bottom. You can make your own or you can buy them. Let's see if we can't get 9 little mini cheesecakes out of this. Okay. Just kind of take your tin, give it a little shake, and it'll be evenly dispersed. Take a spoon and simply place inside. And you can decorate the tops with fresh fruit, or if you want to get a little more dramatic, you could use some chocolate shavings, just a little bit. Bittersweet chocolate would be nice. Or some raspberries, strawberries, or today I've chosen peaches, since raspberries and strawberries are not really in season. Now, like I said, the recipe said it would make 6. And I can easily see that it makes 9. So if it was based on 6 at 85 calories, if someone wants to get their calculator out, with 9 we're probably closer to 65 calories. And if anybody wants to correct me on my math, feel free, because that's not my forte. We're done. Refrigerate these, garnish with a little fresh fruit or canned fruit, and we have nice little mini cheesecakes.
If you would like a copy of any of the recipes seen on today's Carol's Kitchen, such as recipe number 0007, Diet Chocolate Cheesecakes, or recipe number 0008, Chocolate Angel Torte, please write to Carol's Kitchen, care of Carol Skronsky, 35 Sorghum Mill Drive, Cheshire, Connecticut, 06410. And please remember to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. We always look forward to hearing from you.